Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that AI can speak every language perfectly. It can translate instantly. It can write emails. It can answer interview questions. It can create presentations. It can even talk for you. So naturally, a question appears. Why learn English anymore? Maybe you've asked yourself that question. Maybe you've looked at ChatGPT or another AI tool and thought, if AI can do all this, why should I spend years learning English? Honestly, it sounds like a reasonable question. But what if it's actually the wrong question? Because the people asking whether AI will replace English learning may be missing something much bigger. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why AI is not killing English learning. In many ways, it's making English more valuable than ever before. Let me take you back for a moment. When calculators became popular, people said math would become useless. It didn't. When Google arrived, people said nobody would need knowledge anymore. That didn't happen either. Something interesting happened instead. The people who already understood math became better at using calculators. The people who already had knowledge became better at using Google. Technology didn't replace the skill. It rewarded the people who had the skill. And right now, we're watching the exact same thing happen with AI. People are saying, English won't matter anymore. But history suggests something very different. Think about two people. Let's call them David and Alex. Both want the same remote job. Both have internet. Both use AI. Both have access to ChatGPT. On paper, they seem equal. Now imagine they join a live meeting with a client. Everything is going smoothly when suddenly the client asks an unexpected question. There is no time to copy and paste. No time to ask AI. No time to prepare. The answer has to come right now. David starts speaking naturally. Alex freezes. And that's where the difference becomes obvious. Because communication happens in real time, life doesn't always give you a chance to ask AI first. Sometimes the world expects your answer. Your voice. Your confidence. Your ability to think and communicate. And that's where many people misunderstand what English actually is. Most people think English is grammar. It's not. Others think English is vocabulary. Not really. Some people think English is translation. Definitely not. English is communication, and communication is much bigger than words. Think about the last meaningful conversation you had. Maybe it was with a friend. Maybe it was with a family member. Maybe it was with someone you care about deeply. Were you simply exchanging words? Of course not. You were sharing ideas, opinions, feelings, humor, trust, energy, connection. That's communication. And that's where AI starts reaching its limits. Because AI can translate words, but it can't become you. It can't replace your personality. It can't replace your confidence. It can't replace the unique way you connect with people. Now, don't misunderstand me. AI is incredible. In fact, I believe AI is one of the greatest learning tools ever created. But there is a huge difference between using AI and depending on AI. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine joining a gym. Every day, somebody else lifts the weights for you. They do all the work. You simply stand there and watch. What happens after 6 months? Do your muscles become stronger? Of course not. They become weaker because growth comes from doing the work. The same thing happens with communication. If AI writes every email, if AI creates every answer, if AI does all the thinking, your communication muscles never develop. And that's the danger. Not AI itself. Dependency. Now, here's where things get interesting. The smartest learners in the world are not replacing English with AI. They're using AI to learn English faster. Think about how lucky we are. Previous generations had to pay for expensive courses, hire private tutors, travel abroad, search endlessly for speaking partners. Today, you can open an AI tool and practice anytime. Morning, afternoon, night. You can simulate interviews, practice conversations, fix mistakes, improve pronunciation, build confidence. 24 hours a day. That's incredible. And that's why I believe AI isn't replacing English learning. It's removing excuses. Years ago, people said, "I don't have anyone to practice with." Now you do. People said, "I can't afford a teacher." Now you have affordable tools. People said, "I don't know my mistakes." Now AI can point them out instantly. The barriers are disappearing, which means learning English is becoming easier than ever before. But there's still one mistake many learners make. They focus on perfection. They think, once my English becomes perfect, then I'll start speaking. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Confidence doesn't come from perfection. Confidence comes from action. Think about driving a car. Nobody becomes confident before driving. Confidence comes after driving. After practice. After experience. After making mistakes and surviving them. English works exactly the same way. The people who become fluent are not the people who wait until they're ready. They're the people who start before they feel ready. Imagine two students. The first student says, "I'll speak when my English becomes perfect." The second student says, "I'll improve by speaking." A year later, who do you think is more fluent? Usually the second student. Because fluency is not built in silence. It's built through use, through conversations, through mistakes, through repetition, through real communication. And that's why some people study English for 10 years but still struggle to speak. They're learning English, but they're not using English. Those are two very different things. Now let's jump into the future. Imagine it's the year 2030. AI is smarter, faster, more powerful. Translation happens instantly. Voice assistants sound completely human. Technology is everywhere. Now ask yourself, what skills will employers still pay for? Communication, leadership, problem solving, relationship building, creativity, teamwork, trust. Those things remain valuable because they're fundamentally human. Technology changes. Human nature doesn't. And that's why communication skills will continue to matter. Let me give you a real-world example. Imagine two freelancers applying for the same project. Both use AI. Both have similar technical skills. Both have similar experience. One freelancer explains ideas clearly, builds trust quickly, communicates confidently. The other struggles to express thoughts. Who gets hired? Usually the better communicator, because clients don't just buy skills. They buy confidence, they buy trust, they buy clarity. And communication creates all three. This is also why English remains powerful. English isn't valuable because it's a school subject. It's valuable because it gives access. Access to information, access to opportunities, access to global conversations, access to careers, access to people. Think about the internet. Some of the world's best books, courses, podcasts, research papers, and business resources appear in English first. When you learn English, you're not simply learning a language. You're expanding your world. You're increasing the number of opportunities available to you. That's a huge advantage. Now let's be honest. Can AI help you write better? Absolutely. Can AI help you practice speaking? Definitely. Can AI help you learn faster? Without question. But can AI attend every meeting for you? Can AI build every relationship for you? Can AI create genuine trust for you? Can AI replace your personality? No. And that's exactly why English still matters. Because English isn't just about language. It's about human connection. So perhaps the real question isn't, will AI replace English learning? Maybe the better question is, how can I use AI to become better at English? Because that's where the opportunity is. Not fear. Opportunity. The future doesn't belong to people who fear technology. And it doesn't belong to people who ignore technology. It belongs to people who learn how to use technology wisely, people who combine human skills with powerful tools, people who adapt, people who grow, people who keep learning. Imagine two versions of yourself. One version spends years worrying about whether AI will replace English. The other version spends years improving communication skills while using AI as a learning tool. 5 years from now, those two people will have completely different results. Not because AI changed, because their actions changed. And that's the truth nobody tells you. AI is not replacing English learning. AI is replacing excuses. The excuse that you don't have time, the excuse that you don't have practice partners, the excuse that you can't get feedback, the excuse that learning is impossible. Those excuses are disappearing every day. And that means there has never been a better time to improve your English, because the people who combine English and AI will have a huge advantage over the people who rely entirely on either one. AI becomes the tool. English becomes the bridge. And together they open doors that were impossible before. So let me leave you with one final thought. The calculator didn't eliminate math. Google didn't eliminate knowledge. And AI won't eliminate communication. The people who succeed in the future won't be those who let AI think for them. They'll be the people who learn how to think better with AI. And as long as humans want to connect, influence, lead, persuade, inspire, build relationships, and create opportunities, communication will matter. And English will continue to be one of the most powerful communication tools in the world. If you believe English will still matter in the AI era, comment English plus AI. And if you're serious about becoming more fluent, more confident, and more future-ready, subscribe to English Elevation, because the future doesn't belong to people who fear change. It belongs to people who learn, adapt, and keep growing. I'll see you in the next lesson.